Sagittarius, Russell Crowe, Brandon and Lee, the same names that all come up: Sam, Sarah, Steve, Sassy, Sandra, Brandon, Lee, Laura, Lucifer, Capricorn. You could be dealing with a Life 6, Capricorn, or a Gemini for a lot of you. So how you doing, Sagittarius? So this is going to be your next 48-hour reading. So we've changed the camera view for a little while. If I can just put my light on, that might make things a little bit better. There you go. So Sagittarius, what have they got coming up for the next 48 hours for Sagittarius? Show me what they've got coming up. You've got a jumper here. Jumper, so you got 7 of 1, Sagittarius. So, I don't know, very defensive at the moment, or trying to have more healthier boundaries in the relationship that you're in, if you're in one. Okay, but healthy boundaries. Let's see, Sagittarius, sorry, I just heard a noise. Sagittarius, what they got coming up, please, for the next 48? So you are speaking to someone more than likely about the relationship, but there are just healthy boundaries that have been now sort of like put in place. It's kind of like, not so easy, sunshine. Are we just going to go straight back to the way it was if it's an old relationship? Well, unless some of you have cut someone out of the past and you've now moved on into a new relationship. But what I'm kind of picking up for a lot of you here is where someone is accepting the relationship the way it is, but it's not so quick, not so fast. We're not just going to jump straight back into how it was before. There are things that we're going to have to go over and discuss about what has kind of gone on in the past. Can we forget the past? Okay, and can we move on? It's kind of like that discussion, I would say. Can we move on from the past? Can we just drop it and forget, forget it? It's like, well, I can forgive you. I can't forget it, but I can definitely, still continue to work on this commitment or this relationship that you've got going on here. Let's see. Sagittarius, what have they got coming up for the next 48 hours, please? So you got the 4 of Swords, the Moon card. So, it feels like that the relationship is it could be a friendship for a lot of you, like a friendship. If it is a relationship, I'm picking up that it's there, but it's more kind of like we're just taking one step at a time. Like, we're just going to relax. We're not really going to jump straight into the deep end with it all. Okay. There are obviously emotions here, but it's coming from like a water sign: Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, maybe Virgo. Let's see. Sagittarius, what's going on with Sagittarius, please? For Sagittarius. Don't forget, Sagittarius, you can watch this as Taurus or Life Path 5, because they're both 5s. So it doesn't matter if you've got Taurus in your chart, or even if you're watching it from a Sagittarius rising, okay, you can still watch Taurus readings because they're 5s, okay? Life Path 5, Major Arcana 5, okay? So let's see. Sagittarius, what have they got coming up for the next 48? So you've got the Queen of Cups. So it kind of does. It feels like that there is the relationship here. It's just not so easily am I just going to be jumping straight back into bed with you here, okay? Or Ed, or Edwina, or Eddie, or Edmonds, Berry, Holly, Jodie from Bury St Edmunds, okay? Edmonds, Noel, Nigel, Nicole, Norman, Normington, Norris, Morrison's also. Someone that works at a Morrison's shop. So I don't know if you have Morrison's in a different part of the country. Morrison's is basically just a supermarket store where you go in and buy food and that. So some of you might work at a food place, like, place might be a fish, Pisces for a lot of you, but a supermarket chain. Supermarket Suite by Dale Winton. Darrell, Danielle. Let's see. So, why does Sagittarius have this? Tell me why this 7 of Wands is here for Sagittarius for the next 48 hours, please. So it's kind of like, I'm thinking about you quite a lot, but just because we're thinking about each other and just because we're now talking doesn't just mean that we're just going to go straight back in. So it feels like, I'll talk to you tomorrow, okay? It's like, but why can't we do it now? It's like, no, why, we'll do it tomorrow. but what about now? No, we'll do it tomorrow. It's kind of like that. Like, I'm not just going to jump straight back into bed with you and blah, 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 and we're just going to get straight back into the way it was. First, we need to discuss things and go over it and let me have time to think. Okay, whether I want to or whether I don't. It feels like the person does, because there is love here. Like, you know, if this is a relationship, right? If we're looking at the relationship as it stands, you know, there is love for this person. There is a connection with this person. But you've gone through a cycle with them, or Michael, Melissa, Maria, Michael, Jackson, Julian, Jason, Justin, Jackie, Jasmine, Jack. We've gone through a cycle with them, but now I need time to think about how it's going to continue on. Because I don't think the answer is no here, if it is a reconciliation. I think it's more of a yes, but not quite yet. Like, you're not, you know, we're not going straight back into how it was before. Okay, that normally comes when you've had an argument with someone. Like if you've split up or you've had an argument, okay, and then you end up reconciling and getting back together. This is what you've learned from the previous cycle, are lessons within boundaries. Okay, is have you understood anything since last time? Why did you do it last time? Why did you do it last time? Because it can't be all my fault. Well, no, I can accept part blame. You know, and you go through all of those and the conversation turns out as such, okay? And then it's like, okay, well, we can talk, okay? But we're not seeing each other right now, okay? It's kind of like that. So let's see. Tell me more about the Knight of Cups here. Why Sagittarius has the Knight of Cups. So don't forget, again, very important. Sagittarius, Taurus, or Life Path 5. If you're not relating to any of these, as a Sagittarian, try looking at it from a Life Path 5 perspective, but also try looking at the Taurus one and see if that does relate. Obviously, you can watch your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, okay, but like from a numerology aspect of how I do it. So these can be clients. This person could have children, okay. It's more on a verge of talking and then waiting for a person to reply. I send a message. Have they seen it? Have they replied? You know, all that sort of stuff here. That's a sending a message, but that have seen the message but may not have replied to someone. So yeah, it's kind of like that. We're sort of talking, but we're not sort of talking. It's like this very cautious energy. Like I need to think about myself more here, right? But they can be text messages and things like that, but they might not be like FaceTime or seeing the person as it's just like talking. What's the Hierophant here for Sagittarius? So you get the 5 again, 2 5s, Life Path 5, Sag or Taurus. So has someone been let down here, dumped or let down and told no here? Because it felt like that there was an energy of recovering from this and talking, but for some of you, you might not be. You might not be able to here. 5 and 5. I'm also hearing mobility allowance as well, or some sort of like something to do with around money of an allowance. Okay, it might be lack of finances or money. Child allowance. This person could have like is a single mother or father and has kids. This energy is what I feel here. There is like single maintenance. I've only just got enough to survive for me and my kids here. What's the 4 of Swords? Why is the 4 of Swords here, please? So the 4 of Wands, man, you've got 2 4s. It's like the relationship is here. Now, for you guys, right, obviously I can't tell you that you're not speaking and you're not reconciling. If you are, there's a recovering energy. Or I'm also hearing a recovering addict as such. And I also keep hearing the name Hutchins or Hutch. Okay, Hutchie or Cutchy or Putchy. Putchy. Oh, there's Putchy there. But like, if you are talking and you are reconciling, then this is more of a reconciling energy. Because there is love. There is a relationship. It is there and it is offered. Okay. But you got 2 5s there that represent like I feel down about it. Like I don't feel very good about it. Someone's also ill here is also what I'm hearing. Like, I don't feel very well. What's the moon energy here for? Why is the moon here for Sagittarius? is a 6. So there is this energy of meeting up with this person here. I believe it's just more of a melancholy, or Helen, or Melanie, but like more of this melancholy type sort of like, you know, missing energy, but it's there. What's the Queen of Cups? What's the Queen of Cups here for? Is a Hangman, a Pisces, and a 3 again. Wow, so now this is going to be extremely difficult if you guys are in some sort of third party, because you've got 2 3s there, and there is a 5 of Cups here, of turning someone down and getting over the past and moving on, because someone could be talking to another person here. Now, it isn't always the case, but this is kind of like just waiting to be out. I mean, we're only doing the next 48 hours, right? This is not like a week to 2 week reading, but within the next 48 hours, it feels like that there is communication there, kind of, if you are. This can be sending a message to someone, but they're not replying back, and they're refusing to talk to a person. If any of you are doing that, like you've reached out to the person, but they haven't replied. They've seen the message that someone sent. They've seen it like on their notifications or whatever, but then they're not replying to it. If you guys are like, well, so I've sent someone a message and they haven't replied, have they seen it, or have they not replied, or are they not talking, or anything like that? It kind of feels that the person has seen it, but they're just not talking here. That's if any of you guys are relating to that message, okay? From like a Sag or Taurus aspect. Life Path 5 energy. Now, when it comes to the actual relationship, it is here, but there's more taking a break and a breather from this energy to be able to come to terms with something. The loss, because I'm picking up like I'm coming to terms with the loss, coming to terms with the ending. But there is a new beginning here. So it's a little bit difficult for me to pick up what is going on for all of you. So if all of you are, if you are reconciling with the past and you want to and the other person does, there is that energy that is kind of like, just give it a day or two and we'll talk, right? That here. If you guys are kind of like, no, fuck that, scratch that, don't want to know this person, I want to move on with my life, and I'm going to turn them down and say no, that's a no energy, and then that's just a moving on. But you see, at the other end of this, I don't think this is a new person. I think this is the same one. Is the same person. I think it's just I'm not going to teach you a lesson, but like I'm going to teach you or show you how important you are into my life, and I need a bit more input. Like, you're not just going to come back and buy me some fucking flowers or roses and expecting me to just forget this. You know, I can't forget it because I do love you and I am here, right? But I'm not just going to so easily just let you jump straight back into bed or go straight back into a relationship and a commitment and let's just forget it all and go back to the way that it was before. I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing more of a cautious, protected energy of it's sort of yes, but it's not a definite, but it is, you know, workable, but just not the way that it was before. It's kind of like lessons have been learned about push and pull and giving a little bit, right? You know, I'll give you a little bit, you give me a little bit. I tell you what I want, you tell me what you want. I tell you what I don't like, you tell me what you don't like. And it's kind of like that, trying to think, okay, well, if you don't like this about me and I don't like that about you, then can you stop doing that and change? Can you see the difference between what it is that I like and you don't like, and how can we actually get through this? Because it is there on the other end of the rainbow, Sagittarius. Okay, now if you guys are actually in a relationship here, you've more than likely got kids together. There's quite a few children here. There's a house and there's just a normal carrying on. These are just clients that you work with or for every single day. You come home, you go to bed, blah, 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 mother, children, mum, you know, your partner here, right? That's just a normal reading. Yeah, that's what I've got for you guys. So thanks very much. If you want your actual weekly reading, these ones are all going to be very short now. They're not going to be hour-long readings for a lot of them. People have been complaining to me that much that I'm sick to death of it. I'm sorry, not you, Sagittarius, but a lot of people. So I've stopped the comments. I've cut all the comments off. Okay, I can't afford to just keep channeling all the time for everybody because no one's happy. So I'm just going to do the readings as they are. Next 48 hours, get them done really quickly, put them out. There's your reading, and that's that for a while. Okay, for a little while, because I'm having a break from people on YouTube. So I'm sorry, but the comment section's shut now. And if you want your actual reading, Sagittarius, then that link is provided below in the Show More section. It is for the silver or the gold tier. I really would appreciate it if any of you guys do join. If you do join, then obviously you get back catalogues of readings. You get the ones that are done before this is over here. You had it, I think it was this morning I actually did yours. So it's a full weekly spread. Sometimes they're about 2 weeks. Tells you every pattern of behaviour that I can find of whether it works out, whether it argues, whether you don't, you know, who this person is, and kings and queens and matching and exes. So I pretty much work it all out, tell you what you've got coming up, but you'll need the silver or the gold tier, or you can join the join button. The join button is obviously to channeling the deceased loved ones, and also messages for tarot readings for people that want 2 or 3 questions, or 1 question per person. I don't know, you'll know. The link is below. Thanks very much, guys. See you soon.